And we're live. Going to give you guys a minute or so to get on. We'll wait for my man Ben.
Hey, John, how's it going?
Good, Ben. What's happening, buddy?
Another day, another dollar.
Almost.
Yeah.
2-0 night last night. 1-1. Though we had
North Texas, man, couldn't hold on. They had a double-digit lead back 6 minutes, and then couldn't hit a bucket down the stretch, but it's the way she goes sometimes.
But you called Marquette outright.
Yeah, Marquette did end up pulling up the outright upset. Yes, they did. That was nice. Had a little sprinkle on that.
You want to start tonight with, do you got anything tonight in college for the fans?
Oh, yeah. We got 2 college plays tonight, a couple of over-unders. The first one, guys, is with Memphis and St. Louis. This one I like the under 143.5. St. Louis, last 4 games on the road have all gone under. Their last 13 overall, 10 of them have gone under. Meanwhile, Memphis here, their last 21 home games for Memphis, 15 of them have gone under. Again, that dates back a bit to last season. But this season alone, St. Louis is holding teams to 53 points per game, and Memphis is holding teams to 58 points per game. So these are 2 of the better defenses in college basketball. Obviously, St. Louis, for a bit more of a mid-major, pretty good defense. And this Memphis team has just been very defensive focused ever since Penny Hardaway took over. They're number one, and they were number 1 last season in college basketball in defensive efficiency ratings. And I'm planning that to keep on rolling onto this season. Penny Hardaway keeps reiterating he wants to make teams uncomfortable. Holding teams under 60 points a game is going to do that, and I think that goes under 143.5 tonight. And the other one we have is with Wright State and Purdue. I actually like the over 151.5 right here with Purdue tonight. First off, this Purdue team's putting up over 90 points a game, and so is Wright State's putting up over 85 points a game early on in the season. Both these teams are averaging their totals in their games of 161 right now, and 151 is 10 points under what these 2 teams are averaging separately. The over is 6-0 for Wright State in their last 6 games. The over is 4-0 for Purdue, their last 4 games. For Purdue at home, the over is 21 for their last 26 home games. So a lot of overs for Purdue at home. And then this last stat, guys, this is what really gets me for this game tonight. Wright State right now is bottom 20. That is 328th in college basketball right now, allowing teams shooting over 53% a game. Purdue's already averaging 95 points a game. They're going to go up against one of the worst defenses, and one of these teams who is allowing other teams to shoot 53%. Purdue's already putting up 95. I think that 151 should be a cakewalk tonight. I honestly think that line should be in the 160s, so I'm excited for that game. So the over 151.5 with Purdue, and the under 143.5 with Memphis and St. Louis.
So there you go. You got 2 totals tonight going in the colleges.
Yes, sir. Two totals, 1 under, 1 over.
Good enough, my man. I don't have a bet yet, just to yell out to all you guys, because I got quite a few DMs today. I don't know if my VIP's working. I signed up. I didn't get a message. Nobody got a message. I didn't make a bet today. 3 real tough games. I leaned a little bit to the 3 favorites from the morning lines. Just not enough room to get me there. Again, we're on top of the games in case there's a last-minute injury. But we just, guys, going back to last night, we want room. If you guys listened in last night, we talked about the Suns and Timberwolves game. And I said I leaned to the Suns, but 3 was my cutoff. And if you saw the final score is Suns 99-96, landed 3. So I want to have just the room. I don't bet just for fun. I bet to win. I've got to have that edge that I feel I've got a better chance than the bookie. So just not enough of an edge on any of the 3 games today, although all 3 favorites moved up a little bit. The Nets game opened up as 3. They pushed it down to 2.5, and it's back up to 3. Dre Green is out for Golden State in that game, and Nets actually spanked them pretty hard twice last year. The opening night of the season, they beat them in Brooklyn by 26, and then beat them out in Golden State by 17. The Jazz game opened up 8.5, and that game's up to 10. Again, you got Philly still without Embiid. Danny Green's also going to miss tonight. And the Clipper game, that opened 6.5. Well, the Jazz game opened 8.5 and went to 10, and 10 was actually my number on it. So 8.5 to 10, just not enough room for me, especially when a number goes higher. You hate to get backdoored in those games. You're up 12, you're up 14, and you rest your guys for the last 2 minutes, and you get backdoored. So 8.5 to 10. I just can't make the bet. Again, I knew that game was going to go a little higher. Just again, not enough to pull the trigger on that. When I will go with a game like that, if there's a reason for a team to pour it on, a revenge game, coming out of a losing streak, with the other team's coming off a letdown, it's got to be another reason for the team to just want to keep pouring it on for me to try to lay that when I go up to that double-digit number. And the last game, Clippers opened up 6.5, went to 7.5. And again, 7.5 is the number I made on it. So from 6.5 to 7.5, just not enough room to get a play. So as of right now, only 3 games. Doesn't look like I'm going to have a bet right now. And that's how it goes. Some days we'll have 3. Some days we'll have 5. I'm not scared of sitting it out. You've seen me sit out quite a few Monday Night Football games because, again, I don't need to sell you. Other guys that call themselves cappers, they want to sell you. I got the winner on this, the total, the parlay, and we got you get yourselves locked up is what you got. But I only give you a bet when I make a bet. Say it again, I make a bet. That's when you guys get a bet. So I haven't sent anything out. So you guys on the VIP, don't sweat it. Your VIP service is working. I'll send out a test after our live show, but everything's working. Just haven't made a bet yet. Ben, I'm going to try to pop some guys in. It looks like we finally got some guys that want to come on in and join us. Let's see. I don't know. Says he's there, but he's not coming on in. We got any questions down there that we can answer in the meantime?
Yeah, Jay Irving was actually saying Purdue over, and what was the under? The under was with Memphis and St. Louis at 143.5. Both those teams just very defensive-focused minded teams. They've been trending unders in their last several games. Neither team has allowed over 60 points. I mean, I think it's going to be a pretty low-scoring, boring game to watch as far as that goes, but defensive focus for sure.
I'll try to bring up some stuff myself here. That's by 21.
Good question for you, John. He says, just curious why you don't take dogs that you like in NFL, NBA on the money line. Is it not a profitable strategy?
Not at all. There's no reason why you can't. Here, guys, I'll give you a quick. Any dog that I bet, I give a chance to win the game outright. I'm just giving you guys the point spread. You can do what you want with it. Same thing as if I give you a favorite. I give you a favorite last night. I give you the Wizards -3. Do you want to bet the money line because it went up to 4.5? You guys got to make that decision. But again, any dog that I give you, I think the dog has a legitimate chance to even win the game. You know, a game here and there, I'm just a big monster number. Let's say the Denver game with Dallas, not this past week, but the week prior. I only made the line 6. Line was 10 points. I'm hoping to stay within the 7. Do I think they're going to? I don't think they're going to beat them outright. Is there a chance to beat them outright? Of course there is. So if you want to sprinkle a little bit on that dog, plus then take a shot with a major dog, hey, why not? NBA, definitely no reason not to play with some money lines on the dogs. You mean because it's just a whole different game. Those points, there's a lot more upsets in the NBA. So no reason not to. This is the one way I do it. I don't say bet this game on the money line if it's a favorite or a dog. I just give you what the line is. You guys make the call from there on out.
Yeah, same thing with college basketball. I mean, college basketball, like for example, last night with Marquette. Obviously, if you're going to be given 8 points, you should put your units on that, more heavier units. But if you want to put a half unit on money line, which is what I did last night, Because I thought there was a genuine chance they had the upset. Illinois is out their best player, and that's what happened. And someone in the below saying, "Are we sure Draymond isn't playing tonight? Haven't seen him on the injury report. I thought I've seen him that he was out everywhere."
Yeah, well, guys, I use. Let me see if I can do this here. Actually, you know what? Don Best has just taken him off. Don Best has just taken him off the injured list. I had him on the injured list on Don Best earlier.
Yeah, they're all. I was looking.
I'm just checking a couple of other sites. Who's that up there, and who asked that question, and where did he get that info? That would be great to know.
A couple of different people have said it, actually. Matt just said it, and then someone earlier, Jonah, was saying Draymond playing tonight.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, that's something that could have been updated because I had Draymond Green. They had him questionable the last game in Golden State. And I was actually waiting for the word that he was going to go on that game. As soon as they said he would go, I bet him. I believe that was the night that they buried the Bulls. He played the other night at Charlotte, and then they threw him up from the other morning as out, not even questionable. They put him down as out, which I actually put in our story, in our preview. Just bear with me as I hunt around here.
Yeah, I'm shopping some places as well.
Yeah, I had Dre Green is out today, but if Don Best took him totally out, I'm going to go with that. He's playing, so we're going to actually update that on the website. But yeah, I had him out with I even listed him on the preview. Dre Green hamstring will not play tonight, so I'm going to update that right now. Ben, why don't you hold the show for a minute while I update that on the website.
Yeah, well,
questions. Any more? Let me see. Now I get one guy in there that's just not able to join the live.
We also have some college football tonight, guys. I don't have any plays in any of these games. I can talk about some of my leans if anyone's looking to bet college football tonight. It's not too exciting of games. Toledo versus Ohio, Western Michigan versus Eastern Michigan, and then Bowling Green, Miami, Ohio. I do lean to the under with Eastern Michigan and Western Michigan. Now, their recent games have been a bit more high scoring, but it's just one of those classic conference battles. I talk about that a lot in college football. You tend to get these conference battles. We had that last week with the under with Boise State and Wyoming. Western Michigan is one of those more run-heavy offenses, so I'm expecting them to continue that. And typically when you have a conference battle with a team with a run-heavy offense, you're going to have slower pace of play, a little bit more classic ground-and-pound football. And that line's already dropped a bit, 68.5 all the way down to 66. I would have taken it at 68.5, but now that it's down to 66, I'm staying away. But that's my one lean in that game. Then we have Toledo and Ohio. Now, Ohio has not been good at home this season. That line opened up Toledo -6, now up to 7.5. I do lean Toledo there on the road just because Ohio has not been good at home. Toledo coming off a couple of big wins. I think they continue on that route here. But, again, 7 points, conference game, too big for me to lay on the road. So those are a couple of leans I have, but I'm not touching either of those games.
So we got a couple of MAC games in college football, huh?
Yeah, a little MAC Tuesday. The midweek games get a bit better in college football throughout the week. On Thursday, like Duke versus Louisville, I'm excited for that matchup. Tomorrow, Northern Illinois versus Buffalo. That one's a bit better. I'm leaning Buffalo heavy on that game. We'll touch in on that a bit more tomorrow night, though.
I'm trying to read through some of these also. Are we sure Draymond? Right. Okay, so we got to Draymond. Check ESPN on fantasy. He's online on FanDuel. So yeah, everybody had Dre in. He was questionable against the Bulls, but he played. Like I said, that night we were actually waiting for him. I think we were taking a night off. No, nothing like taking a night off, guys. Again, I don't bet just for entertainment. You know, if you bet for entertainment, then there's nothing wrong with that. It's a great form of entertainment. Just don't lose the kids' college tuition on your entertainment. So yeah, 3 games. Well, I was hoping to have another handicapper had spoke with me the other day, and he said he wanted to come on. I was hoping to have him on, but it doesn't look like he's going to get back on today. So I welcome this. Hey, this goes out to everybody. I welcome all other cappers, fake cappers. Anybody can come on. Come on and you can talk some stuff over here. We'll match wits and we'll match prices. I see guys out there that charging $20 a day or more. We're charging that a week. But the difference is you're getting real information from us where you're getting somebody else's picks. Like I said, most of these guys, they got no better idea about the games than you guys. Just flip a coin or they're betting their home team. If you heard you tuned in yesterday, you heard my story about Tom Seaver. Yeah, I was a Tom Seaver fan. Old enough. If I had to bet against them, I'd bet against them. Can't bet with your heart.
Yeah, there was some Andrew Heaney was a good pitcher. I was betting against a lot this year for the Yankees. It's actually interesting, though, the Dodgers signed him. That's more baseball talk. We'll dive into that another day. As far as an NBA lean tonight that I personally have, I know John here is the NBA GOAT, but just a lot of trends with the under and that Nets-Warriors matchup with Draymond being in. That's a good defensive piece to maybe continue that. As far as, 7 of the last 9 meetings have gone under. As far as for the Warriors this season, 9 of the last 12 games have gone under. For the Nets, 5 of the last 6 home games have gone under. We saw that last night with the Pacers and the Knicks. A lot of trends on both sides, a lot of trends in the recent matchups, and a little similar spot here with the Nets and the Warriors. But again, it's 2 offenses who could explode at any point in time. You got Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, who were just named Western Conference, Eastern Conference Player of the Week last week, both averaging 33+. So bit sketchy of a game to take it under, but there are some trends there.
Well, the total in this one, there is some trending there this year. Well, what they're doing, but the 2 games last year averaged 237.5. So they pretty much lit it up last year. And the last 3 games, the Nets were playing under almost every night. The last 3 games that the Nets have played, they've gone over, while the last couple of games, Warriors, that they've gone they've gone under with an average of 210. Guys, also, when we're talking on the show here, we might not give you a game, but just throw some ideas. Like yesterday, me and Ben were talking about the Indiana Pacers New York Knicks game and how under was the play. And I told you that line had opened up 217, but before I could move on it, was already down to 215. It was a red-hot total, and Ben gave you all the reasons why he liked the under in that game. So while we didn't bet it, that game went under for fun. Final score was, 92-84, 176 points, under by 30 points. It was just even more than 30 points. So pick up on some of the things that, we're talking on, even if we're not giving a bet. Like I said, like with the Suns game, 3 was my cutoff. These are the other things that can help guide you. Last night, while we didn't actually say, I don't think I told everybody I was betting the Cavs last night. I know I told you guys I was betting the Wizards because I hate to give it away because I've got guys that pay for the information, our members, and then just to give it out to everybody on Instagram, free is not right. So I gave you the Wizards because that game had already moved 1.5, but I don't think I gave you guys the Cav game. But if I'm telling you, Jared Allen's out, Celtics are in the revenge mode. You can read between the lines, get a direction of where we feel we're going. Guys, like I said, 1999. Just join at least the website service. You read the previews. Well worth the money. We update them throughout the course of the day. If there's an injury tonight in the Spurs Clipper game, if by chance Paul George tests positive for COVID just before tip-off, you're going to have that information. We're on top of it. Nobody sleeps here. Everybody works till the last tip-off. So all I can tell you is totally worth it. Yeah, nobody joining. We just got a solo show here, me and you, Ben.
Yeah, it's all good. If you guys have any questions you just want to put in the comments, go ahead and drop those comments. I don't know, honestly about any sport, whatever's going on. If there's a certain game maybe you're watching tonight, there's some interesting matchups in college basketball. Michigan Seton Hall should be a fun watch. Creighton, Nebraska should be a good game. A couple other games like that today. So if you guys are interested in talking about any of those games, hearing from leans, Virginia, Houston, another good game tonight.
When we get NHL locks, I got to find somebody that's real good in hockey. If anybody's like real good in hockey out there, let me know. What's your thoughts on J.A. Cavalier, John? You guys have heard me talk about J.A. I don't got to keep beating him up. You guys know what I feel about him. Today is the second game. Warriors are dogs, and they won the first one. Okay, good stat. +3 against the Lakers. I know the Lakers aren't playing tonight, so I don't know what +3 against the Lakers mean. He's a sucker. I guess they're talking about J.A. Cavalier.
My comments have frozen up, so I can't see what people are saying.
I'm getting the comments now. So good. New York Rangers in regulation, 3-way. I guess that's some hockey talk, guys. Again, don't know a thing about hockey. There's a real great guy in hockey out there. Give me a heads up. We'll talk. Mobley is out 2 to 4 weeks. Usual loss for the Cavs. Absolutely. He got hurt in the game last night with his elbow. And just a heads up for tomorrow, they'll be without Mobley. He's going to be out for about a month. Allen, who had some kind of illness, it's not COVID, but some kind of illness, he did not even make the trip for tomorrow's game to Brooklyn. But Kevin Love and Markkanen, who've been out because of COVID, they're going to try to make it back tomorrow. We'll be up on top of that. Even if they play, I mean, they've been out for almost 2 weeks now. I don't know how much they'll be able to give. So, I mean, they're going to be real small up front. We don't know who's going to win the Brooklyn game, so I'll tell you this right now. Brooklyn wins a big game over Golden State tonight after they're just coming back from a long road trip. Tomorrow might be just a little letdown game for them. If they were to lose, they might want to stomp out the Cavs tomorrow. So that's a lot how that's my spot. You know, I talk a lot about ratings, but then there's also the spot. So the spot for the Nets tomorrow will have a lot to do on how they do tonight. They put a whooping on the Warriors. I don't know that they're going to get up for the Cavs tomorrow, missing their 2 big men. Anyway, that's
and with the having all those injuries, I'm sure, despite the fact Nets are on a back-to-back, that line's still going to be pretty steep. So
there's no question. You know, I can run down lines with you guys. I send out sometimes during the course of the nighttime our lines to our VIP guys, because if they have a guy that's using overnight lines, that's when you can get a good jump on them. I've done that a couple of times, 10:45 at night, and I say if you guys have access to overnight lines, most guys do, but they're already up now. So the lines right now, I don't have a line on the first few games. There's 6.5 on the Pacers against the Pistons in a couple of spots, but that's not up at every spot. The Wizards game has no line because they don't know about Beal. Beal's supposed to come back, missed the last couple of days because of his grandma's funeral. The Pelican Heat game, there's no line in that game because Heat missed Butler and Adebayo in their last game. Magic, Knicks, I see a couple of spots up. One's got 11, one's got 11.5. You know, that's going to be double digits. Knicks will look to put a whooping on Orlando. Magic beat them at the Garden earlier this year. Cavs and Nets we just talked about. A couple of spots have 10.5. One spot has the 11 on that game. Again, like I said, that field for me will have a lot to do depending on tonight's game. Celtics-Hawks number, I will tell you, it looks a little small for me. Hawks were playing terrible. They got just pounded on the little West Coast trip. But the first day they came home, we had them against the Bucks. We had Hawks -1.5. Hawks are they're a different team at home. Much better team at home than they are on the road. 4 looks a little bit light, especially Celtics are still on the road, and they might be without their center, Robert Williams, tomorrow. So that looks a little low. I haven't done all the work on that yet. Lakers and Bucks, there's no line. There's some talk about Middleton coming back tomorrow. Again, he's been out for quite a while with COVID. Don't know how effective or how long he'll play. Probably be eased back into the lineup. OKC, there's some 3 and 3.5. They're playing the Rockets. Rockets will have a couple of question marks. Eric Gordon missed the last game, and Porter Jr. came out of the last game. Rockets got their only win by crushing Oklahoma City earlier in the year. Maybe a little revenge in that game. Zach and Minnie got 2, Minnesota 2. And Dallas, Luke is going to miss tomorrow. He's going to miss some time. They're hoping it's just a short period of time, but almost 100% he's out tomorrow. So there's no line on that in Phoenix. And Portland's 2.5 over the Bulls. That pretty much everybody's healthy in that matchup. So that's pretty much a look at tomorrow. But just like I said, you've got – I'm going to actually give you guys a look. Just tell me if they're all seeing that, Ben. I brought up can you see it on best screen?
Yep, you can see it. It's a little bit reversed, but they can see it.
Yeah, these are all your overnight lines. So while every spot, every casino, every offshore book doesn't post it this early, before the end of the night, every spot has it up. Every major spot has it up. Whether our VIP members, each particular guy has it up, that's another thing. If they don't, just try to jump all those games as early as possible. Overnight's just a real good way. I don't get on a game until I know that we got something, we got an edge on that game. Anything else we get when we get NHL locks? That's done. Oh, I'm all waiting.
Yeah, for some reason my comments aren't loading right now, so I can't see what anybody's saying. But
we got some going for the Warriors. Warriors W. Tough game tonight, guys. Real tough game. I bet against the Golden State. You guys know that. The other day, I bet Charlotte. We took Charlotte +5, got the money outright. Same thing. Golden State, yeah, they did a lot of winning, but they did it at home. Now they're on the road. I kind of lean to the Nets, but it's just a lean, not enough to make a play here. Should be an entertaining game. I don't expect it to be a blowout like the two were last year. Always tough. I hate to be on a team, their first game back from a road trip when they've been on an extended road trip. Just a tough thing to get back and get back into your routine. And Nets were on a 6-game, 10-day road trip. So I take a little off their rating for that. So yeah, just not enough room there for me. Looks like I'm going to be a spectator tonight unless there's a big injury, but that's okay. I don't know when you're what, 21-2. We can sit down tonight. We'll definitely fight some stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, over 10 games tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be 1 or 2 in there that'll catch your eye.
Like I said, I've already got my eye on a couple of games tomorrow. Might even be sending out VIP stuff tonight, but if not, you guys can expect me to wake you up early in the morning. Just remember, for you VIP guys out there, I can send it out at any time. So if you're worried about your wife catching you gambling, put that phone on silent, because you might get one. If you're on the West Coast, it could be 5-something in the morning. So don't want to get anybody in trouble. All right, guys, it was a slow night in the NBA. Ben gave you a couple of totals in the college. Ben is now 5-2 in the plays he's given in the live show here. We're keeping record for him. As soon as he gets up to 22 or 21-2, like I am, we're going to be part of the online website. Ben's going to be part of it, big part of what we got going forward. So we'll be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I'm sure, will be a much busier show. And guys, jump on in. Luca won't be playing tomorrow. Yes, that's what I said. And we'll catch you guys. We'll catch you guys tomorrow night, and let's make some money.
Yes, sir. Good luck, guys.